Hi, my name's Ilma and welcome to my channel. I post blogs for the Lord every day for 9 straight years now. And today I'd like to share James 5 verses 1 to 6. And here's the word of God. Come now, you rich people, weep and howl for your miseries which are coming upon you. Your riches have rotted and your garments have become moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver has corroded, and their corrosion will serve as a testimony against you, and will consume your flesh like fire. It is in the last days that you have stored up your treasure. Behold, the pay of the laborers who mowed your fields, and which has been withheld by you, cries out against you. And the outcry of those who did the harvesting has reached the ears of the Lord of armies. You have lived for pleasure on earth, and lived luxuriously. You have fattened your heart in a day of slaughter. You have condemned and put to death a righteous person. He offers you no resistance. James 5, 1 to 6. And here's my blog. A message to the rich. In this letter, James strongly warns the wealthy people. In verse 1, he tells them of the misery that they are about to face. In verse 2, James describes what happens to the things they cherish most, their wealth and garments. In verse 3, their gold and silver are of no more value because of the corrosion that will take place after a while that they have owned them. James likens their prized possessions to a fire that will consume their whole being. James must be referring to hell in this line. In verse 4, James confronts the corruption that these rich people have committed against their laborers whom they have mistreated and not fairly gave them their wages. He cautions them that the cries of the people who were mistreated by these rich people is heard by the Lord. They should watch out how God is going to vindicate the poor. In verses 5 to 6, James illustrates more the lifestyle of the rich. They live to pleasure themselves with all the amenities and luxuries of life. The phrase, "You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter," is disturbingly scary. It is almost giving them a glimpse of what they are about to receive from feeding their own cravings. Slaughter. Just like a cow being fattened to be killed. In verse 6, another exercise of the rich is to discriminate and hamper the righteous to do the right thing. Because of their oppression towards these righteous people, they will suffer in the end. What ending does the greedy and lovers of wealth come down to? Why would one want to be rich after all these warnings given by James? Reflection. Why do you think James addresses the wealthy people in this letter? I think it's not bad to be rich, but I think James is cautioning the wealthy that if they do not curb their appetite for greed, they will be slaughtered. In other words, they will go to hell. So it is important because how does one become rich? Rich in wealth is because a lot of times those rich people become rich because they want the wealth as that's their end, that's their goal. So when your goal is to be rich, you will have a problem because you will be protecting and taking care of all your possessions and being consumed by them. And it's different when God blesses you with something because you're doing the right thing. It's another thing to aim for something that is worldly, and it's worldly to want to be rich. If you want to be rich in the Word of God, be rich in righteousness. But to be rich in possessions is an earthbound thing. It's a worldly thing. So when you are so obsessed by wealth and possession, there is a problem with the heart there because it doesn't know the priority. The priority has to be God, and then it becomes the priority is to be to be pleasured by what I have. So this is a very good message for us to take a look at our lives, because what is surrounding us is our people surrounding us, or our objects surrounding us. Because when we're surrounded by objects that does not bless others, then there's a big problem there. So I encourage you to be cautious about wanting to be rich or wealthy, because that is not what you're here for on earth. And besides, this is just this is not our destination. Our destination is to be with the Lord. So this earth is just temporary. So why would you want to stay in a temporary place? Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at Ilma'S.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. And I hope you're blessed by this blog. Thanks for watching.